going to start this video off with a question. Have you ever wanted, for some reason, to clamp a piece of wood or something on the bench there? So you look at your clamps, your G-clamps, and you think, well, that's the biggest G-clamp I've got. That should reach, but of course it doesn't, because it's not. Because that from there, distance from there to there isn't big enough. So you think, well, I should have, must have. Because even this, I've got this G-clamp that I made years ago. I made a fairly long kind of reach to it. Of course, even that one's not going to do it. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll make a long reach G-clamp. I don't think I've even seen these for sale anywhere. They're very unusual if they are. So I thought, well, I've got some rectangular steel stock that actually came from a table that I found out thrown away outside a hotel in a town kind of fairly near where I live. So anyway, this is the basic design. I thought I'd make a piece where it's got to be strongest. I'll put 2 bits of metal. So I'll make that kind of design. So this will have that amount of reach from the back of the clamp to the screwing section, and then I might put some kind of plate on there and a bit of hopefully M12 studding if I can find it for that part of the clamp. Anyway, that's a rough design. So the next bit I'll show you a bit further advanced. Right, so I've got the frame roughly clamped together. I found a clamp that at least does that. So now I'm going to just prefab it with a few welds with a MIG. And I've got my MIG temporarily working. Bind it over with this. I mean, I've got this refillable gas cylinder, which takes 1 kilo of gas, which isn't too heavy because this thing's heavy enough as it is, especially with a full reel of wire in there, which is that. There's about 5 kilos of wire, and this regulator packed up, so I've had to spend it on a new regulator, which is that. And then the gas bottle ran out. Well, that's actually a disposable one. I think the 1 kilo one's a bit bigger than that, but it's in the other shed. But it turns out they discontinued, well, they more or less discontinued the 1 kilo gas bottle refills. So what I've got to do now is get a much bigger bottle. They do one about this high, which is just blooming heavy to cart about. That's why I didn't want one in the first place, and I've got to buy a new regulator now. So anyway, I'm digressing. I'll get on with welding this thing together. That's that bit. So it will line up. Just check the dimensions. Should be the same there. Right, so second bit in, shows all level. It's the welding distortion. What the welding distortion will do is make it go like that. So when we weld the other side, we'll have to kind of bend it back down. And, cross that bridge when we come to it. What I'll do is put another clamp in there. Together. I think that's that side proof that. Now I'm going to turn it over. Make sure we're in alignment. So you see the welding distortion. It's gone like that. So yeah, that's a clamp to sort that out. Right, I've kind of put it in the vise and bent that welding distortion out, most of it, but it's still slightly going that way. So I think what I'll do is put a continuous weld down there, and when that contracts it'll pull that welding distortion out. So we'll go like that. What I should have done is, yes, that's pretty much spot on now. Pulled that welding distortion out so now we can do a continuous weld on this side. I won't bore you with all that. I'll come back in when the welding is finished on that back section. Right, that's finished now. That's the long reach G-clamp. A bit of intense studding with a nice little kind of rotating foot on the end. And I've blanked welded blanking plates on the open sections just to tidy it up. And it's not too heavy. So if I want to have a bit of wood or something on the bench there. Even further in. That's got a clamp that does it. Right, so it works pretty well. I don't think you can buy these. Well, you must be able to somewhere, I would have thought. Anyway, it's a very useful piece of equipment.